University, external partners, our supporters and colleagues. I'm George Boyne. I'm Principal and Vice-Chancellor of the University of Aberdeen, and it's my great pleasure to offer you a very warm welcome to the launch event for our new Statement of Strategic Purpose, Aberdeen 2040. This is a very exciting time for us today because it marks the 525th anniversary of our foundation in 1495. We have celebratory events planned throughout the year, and I hope you'll all be able to attend and engage with them. I have a very strong personal, intellectual, and emotional attachment to the university's foundational purpose, as stated by William Elphinston. His intention was to found a university that would be open to all and dedicated to the pursuit of truth in the service of others. This inspirational foundational purpose is just as relevant today as it was 525 years ago, and it will continue to be our guiding light in the years ahead. In the next 20 years, we'll continue to achieve our foundational purpose through excellence in our core mission of education and research. Both our education and research will be inclusive, interdisciplinary, international, and sustainable. Our Aberdeen 2040 strategy contains 5 commitments for each of these 4 themes, meaning in total we are making 20 headline commitments for the next 20 years. Of course, strategy development on this scale takes a lot of time and effort. A wide range of people have contributed towards this over the last 12 months, including staff, students, and many of our key external partners and stakeholders. The process has been highly consultative and participative, and I'm pleased to say that the strategy reflects the very best ideas from our university community. So we now move forward to continue to make a positive difference to Aberdeen, the northeast of Scotland, and the wider world by taking actions in alignment with our foundational purpose of acting in the service of others. To guide us through the elements of the strategy today, I'm absolutely delighted that one of our many successful graduates, the acclaimed Scottish actress Laura Maine, who many of you will know from the BBC's Call the Midwife, is our host for today. Please join me in welcoming Laura.
Thank you. Thank you very much, George. I'm absolutely delighted to be back home in the city where I was born and brought up, and back at this much-loved university, which I was lucky enough to attend around 20 years ago, graduating with a degree in history of art. Today is a celebration of history, as we commemorate the founding of the university 525 years ago, and recognize some of the pioneers, the trailblazers, the boundary pushers, the bold thinkers who helped mold and shape this highly regarded institution, which is the 5th oldest in the UK. The university can take great pride in its many milestone makers, but today we also celebrate the triumphs yet to come as we launch Aberdeen 2040, the new strategic vision that will lead this university onto future success over the next 2 decades. In a moment, we'll show you just some of the university's past achievements, recognizing a little of the immeasurable contribution the university and its people have made over the centuries, locally, nationally, and globally. After that, you'll see and hear an insight into what the university's future focus will be for the next 20 years as we launch the Aberdeen 2040 vision. Some of those plans will be displayed next door in the Linklater rooms, where there's an exhibition illustrating our history and some present achievements, as well as looking at how the campus will be changing in the coming years with ambitious and exciting multi-million-pound regeneration plans. And finally, we encourage you to take a wander over to a brand new collaborative lecture space in the King's Quad, next to the King's College Conference Centre, which is a fabulous new teaching and learning facility for students and staff, also being officially launched today. But that's enough from me for the moment. Now it's on to a very special timeline video, which celebrates just some of the landmarks and breakthroughs on which this university is built.
Founded in 1495, the University of Aberdeen has a proud tradition of excellence which continues into its 6th century. In 2020, we celebrate 525 years and look back at some amazing milestones from our past. (1495). Bishop William Elphinston establishes King's College to be open to all and dedicated to the pursuit of truth in the service of others. It's opened in 1505 with 36 staff and students studying arts and divinity. In 1497, King's College becomes the first in the English-speaking world to establish a chair of medicine. And in 1500, work begins on building King's Chapel, which would be completed and consecrated in 1509. Moving forward to the 17th century, the first separated divinity chair is established in 1616 at Marshall, held by Robert Barron, who's considered a saint of the Scottish Episcopal Church. 1788, James McGrigor graduates from the university. He later becomes a military surgeon, largely responsible for the creation of the Royal Army Medical Corps. The 19th century brought many achievements. In 1861, the world's first colour photograph is developed by James Clerk Maxwell, Professor of Natural Philosophy at Marshall College between 1856 and 1860. A few years later, in 1865, Patrick Manson graduates from King's College. He goes on to discover the link between mosquitoes and the spread of malaria and is dubbed the father of tropical medicine. 1882, university graduate Alexander Ogston is appointed Regius Professor in Surgery and later introduces antiseptic surgery at Aberdeen Royal Infirmary. In 1892, the university opens all faculties to women, and in 1894, the first 20 female students begin their studies. 4 women graduate in arts in 1898, and by the following year, women make up a quarter of the faculty. In 1903, Dr. Isabel Kerr graduates with a Bachelor of Medicine and Surgery, and in 1911 opens a centre in India to help cure leprosy. Just before the turn of the century, in 1898, Anne Cruikshank bequeaths land to the university, which becomes the Cruikshank Botanic Garden. In 1913. The Rowett Institute is founded by Sir John Boyd Orr, who goes on to win a Nobel Peace Prize for his research into nutrition. In 1915, Nan Shepherd graduates from the university and goes on to become one of Scotland's most celebrated writers of prose and poetry. In 1923, Aberdeen medical graduate J.J.R. MacLeod was awarded the Nobel Prize in Medicine for his work on the discovery of insulin. He later became Regius Professor of Physiology at the university. 1946. Reginald V. Jones becomes Chair of Natural Philosophy until 1981. He played a key role in Britain's defence during World War II as MI6's principal scientific advisor. In 1952, biochemist Richard Singh is awarded the Nobel Prize for Chemistry. Built by Professor James Hutchison and his team, the Mark I MRI scanner, the first of its kind, successfully scans its first patient in 1980. 1990. The university establishes the UK's first chair of safety engineering to respond to the current and future needs of the energy industry, both onshore and offshore. 1995 was our 500th birthday, and to celebrate, the university establishes the Elphinston Institute, a centre for the study of ethnology, folklore and ethnomusicology. Team Aberdeen University Racing was established in 2007 by a group of 10 undergraduate engineers of various disciplines. The team's goal each year is to design and build a single-seat race car to compete at Silverstone. The Sir Duncan Rice Library was opened by Queen Elizabeth in 2012. It's gone on to win a number of architectural awards. In 2015, Dr. Gordon Noble and his Northern Picts project team uncover Scotland's oldest Pictish fort during an archaeological dig on the Aberdeenshire coast. The university opens a campus in Qatar in 2017, making it the first UK university to have a dedicated campus in the Gulf state offering mainstream degrees. And in 2018, the university is presented with the prestigious Queen's Anniversary Prize for Higher and Further Education at a ceremony in Buckingham Palace. Last year, the university was named Scottish University of the Year by the Times and Sunday Times Good University Guide 2019. The last 525 years are full of remarkable achievements, and we look forward to what we'll accomplish over the coming millennia.
Amazing, yeah. Amazing and inspirational. It's fabulous to see just some of the many highlights from over the centuries. But how's the next chapter of that timeline going to unfold? Students and staff, who've also taken on board the views of a great many different stakeholders, have been discussing the university's direction of travel. Aberdeen 2040 is the culmination of almost a year's worth of workshops, consultations, and engagement. And this 20-year roadmap will lead the university, its people, and its communities onto its next exciting path. Aberdeen 2040 is built on 4 main themes, and these are inclusive, interdisciplinary, international, and sustainable. These will now be explained in more detail by representatives from within the university community who helped to form these themes as the foundations of the strategy. Please welcome Ian Rowbotham to the stage to explain a little bit more about the inclusive theme of the Aberdeen 2040 vision.
Thanks, Laura. I'm Ian Rowbotham, and I'm Assistant Director for Applications Management here at the university. And I was co-chair for the Inclusive Workstream, which fed into the strategy planning. As you all know, our university is open to all, and our commitment to being inclusive will guide everything, the education, research, and projects that we deliver over the next 20 years. Here at the university, we value and celebrate diversity, and this means caring for the well-being, health, and safety of our whole community, while supporting and developing all of our people so that everyone can achieve their full potential. For our staff, we will work hard to eliminate pay gaps that exist among protected characteristic groups, so that everyone coming to work feels that they're valued here. Going forward, for our future students, we will continue working on widening access by ensuring we have fair entry routes so that students can come here and succeed, whatever their background. Work will continue to introduce people to the university whilst they're still at school, demystifying what a university is all about and letting young people know that they can come here and achieve based on their capabilities and academic potential. In research, we're committed to developing and growing a portfolio that promotes national and international collaborations with our many stakeholders. We will look outwards and build partnerships with individuals, communities, and organisations in the public, private, and voluntary sectors. We're a university that's open for business, and we will grow our industry links to ensure our expertise can play a role in shaping solutions to real-world challenges. Thanks for listening. Whilst it's impossible to capture all the different aspects, this short video will give a flavour of what inclusive means to us here at the University of Aberdeen.
So medicine wasn't really anything I thought about. I didn't really know anybody who was a doctor, I guess, and nobody at my school that I knew of had gone on to do medicine, so it just wasn't something I thought about until I came in to the university through the university's REACH programme. So they had a So You Want to Be a Doctor Day. So they had some doctors chatting about what they do, they had some medical students there, and I was like, oh, this is actually something that I could do. I think it's great that there's more diverse background of people in medicine because there's a diverse range of roles that a doctor takes on. I think anybody who wants to can apply to medicine.
We really need to produce food that is healthy but environmentally sustainable. Hemp was historically grown in Scotland. It was a cash crop. It was grown all over Scotland, but it hasn't been grown recently. So we have established a Scottish hemp group, and within that group we have growers, we have food producers, we have people who are making materials. Today we're visiting one of the companies who are involved in the Scottish hemp group, Green Grow. They're a really innovative company and they use one of the hemp byproducts, hemp straw, in order to produce mushrooms.
Companies are looking into research and the university is the best place to look into that. I cannot even start to list the discoveries we made since we met, and we have been working with the University of Aberdeen.
I did start to notice some things about myself that I didn't really like seeing in myself. I'd been a lot more irritable, I slept a lot more, and the doctor said, well look, you know, I think it sounds very much like it's depression. What I came to accept is that this is probably part of who I am. I think for me, it's not something perhaps that you ever are fully cured from. We are much more aware of it as a society, and I think institutions, I think Aberdeen has been one of them that has been very clear that we have recognised it as an issue, and we are putting in place mechanisms to help students and staff when they are struggling with these issues. It's okay not to be okay. It's a big step, it's a huge step, talking to someone and opening up about it. But the benefits of doing so are huge.
We go around schools working with the football club, we're doing projects, marketing Aberdeen Football Club with the school pupils, and really giving them an awareness of what happens at the university and that there is fun.
And it's great the university come in, not just this school but other schools across the city, giving a wee input into moving on from primary school to secondary school into full-time education in a university setting.
I really liked it. It was a great learning experience.
I would definitely love to go to the university.
So we're keen to engage with local schools, to educate local pupils and to inspire them for the future, for their future, to let them know what a university does, how we teach and what we teach.
Hello everybody, I'm Professor Ian Stansfield. I'm Deputy Director of the Institute of Medical Sciences and I was co-chair of the interdisciplinary workstream. Our foundational purpose to pursue truth in the service of others endows us with the responsibility to address the challenges that will affect all of us now and in the future. To respond innovatively, we have to draw on our widest base of research and teaching expertise, and we will focus on 5 interdisciplinary challenges identified by staff and students as priorities for the future of our institution. In the first of these, we will bring these strengths to bear to improve health and nutrition and well-being. The university has a significant track record of success in this area and can list achievements from the development of the MRI scanner to a central role in the discovery of the life-saving therapeutic drug insulin. But achieving impact in today's world means working beyond a single discipline. The interaction of medical research with data technologies and artificial intelligence, for example, offers unique opportunities to diagnose and treat disease. Our health data scientists are working closely with clinicians to realize this ambition. Similarly, our mathematicians are working with our microbiologists to model the spread of foodborne disease, improving practice and safety in the food industry. We recognize that data science and artificial intelligence is another area we can embrace to drive forward our ambitions to make a real difference in the world. At Aberdeen, mathematicians are working alongside medical imaging researchers to better understand the brain interactions of dementia patients. But data science and AI is essential well beyond the medical sciences. It's also key to energy transition, another area where we can excel, building on the success of our National Centre for Decommissioning. From smart meters to smart grids, AI must support our energy transition ambitions. Managing the shift to renewables requires us to call upon all of our universities' interdisciplinary expertise to create new understanding and solutions. To make informed choices, we have to understand whether the creation of wind farms on land has an adverse effect on carbon storage in our peatlands or on wildlife and habitats. Similarly, we must understand if those built out to sea impact the well-being of marine mammals. The environment and biodiversity are key to all of our lives, and we've made this another strategic priority of our university activity. We will continue to grow our strengths here, which have already seen mathematicians and soil scientists team up to help some of the world's largest companies cut their carbon footprint. We know we must protect the health of our oceans, but it's less clear how we protect the marine organisms which could one day produce the medicines and antibiotics of the future. Here, chemists and lawyers are working side by side to address this very issue. All of these great challenges of our age have shared human and societal impacts and effects. Our research will play an essential role in managing and understanding this change, whether it's the way we use energy, access healthcare, support an aging population, or indeed interact with robot technology. And so we've set social inclusion and cultural diversity at the heart of our interdisciplinary research. This contributes directly to our core theme of inclusiveness and will lead to a better understanding of how to achieve cohesion across social groups with different values and cultural traditions. These 5 interdisciplinary themes will be served by a strategy that will foster a new approach to our education, our research, and our interactions with our external stakeholders. That approach will be built on a learning culture for our staff and students, which allows them to reach across our organisational structures and buildings and opens up new challenge-led learning opportunities. To achieve this, we will foster new research networks across our community. We will reach outwards more than ever to involve local and global stakeholders with whom our interactions will deliver imaginative solutions to societal and industrial challenges. And so our interdisciplinary strategy theme is designed from the ground up to allow us to become greater than the sum of our parts. We will synergize our research and teaching excellence in new ways that allows us to contribute to the great societal, global, and industrial challenges of our time as we serve others. And here is a short reminder of our 5 interdisciplinary challenges.
Hello, I'm Professor Ali Lumsden and I'm Regis Chair of English and I was co-chair of the International Workstream. This is a truly international university. In fact, we rank among the very best in the sector for our global outlook. But we at Aberdeen do not rest on our laurels, and that is why our 2040 strategy sets out to develop, build on and enhance our international presence. Providing an international education to learners from all around the world can only help us in our quest to become an even more diverse and multicultural community than we already are. And with our campus in Qatar, in partnership with AFG College, which is set to develop in the coming years, and a host of international partnerships, we already do very well. By harnessing our wealth of research expertise, we will be able to form partnerships and networks around the world that will set about meeting the challenges facing the world today. We are committed to ensuring our graduates are equipped with the knowledge and skills they need for taking up employment anywhere in the world. We will ensure that our students enjoy a truly international experience, be that by taking the opportunity to study abroad or working alongside our international partners. Over the coming years, we will develop our campuses and practices so that we create a caring environment, in keeping with all the cultural differences that make this university such a wonderfully diverse place to work and study. As a university with 5,000 international students from 130 nationalities, 1,200 international members of staff from 86 countries, and 100,000 alumni in 170 different countries, it's an exciting time to be launching a new strategy that sets out our ambitions of increasing and developing our international connections even further. Please enjoy this short video, which takes a look at our international presence.
What does it mean to be at international university? Well, for one thing, getting into the lifts is quite a multicultural experience. Hey guys!
Hello! Hello!
How you guys doing?
It means we are international at our core. We were founded 525 years ago.
We modeled ourselves on the great European universities.
It means many different faiths, beliefs and backgrounds, studying, living and socialising together.
It means leading multi-million-pound research projects with partners across the world.
It means sharing and debating our research on an international stage.
It's why we are ranked within top 30 universities in the world for international outlook.
It's why we have almost 5,000 international students from 130 different countries. That's a third of our student community.
And 1,200 international members of staff from 86 countries.
And not forgetting 100,000 alumni in 170 different countries.
Being an international university means, as well as students travelling from all over the world to come to Aberdeen to learn from our experts, we also take our expertise to students in other countries.
It means that I can get a University of Aberdeen education here in Qatar.
It means international partnerships with us at Curtin University in Australia,
where students like me can spend time studying in both countries and graduate with a joint PhD from both institutions.
It means joining 8 European institutions, including us at the University of Iceland, to tackle global challenges together.
And here in Malawi, where ministers like me can train at the University of Aberdeen Center for Ministry Studies.
It means working with the International Institute of Health Sciences to improve access to quality medical education for the next generation of Sri Lanka and the other international medical students.
It means being part of exchange programs like Erasmus, which has allowed me to study for a year at the University of Freiburg in Germany.
And with us here at the South China Normal University, many students have already graduated with double degrees.
It's why I came here from South Carolina.
From Cameroon.
From Nigeria.
From Kazakhstan. From Cyprus.
From Thailand.
It means graduating with a world-class degree
and taking it with me out into the world.
So hello, I'm Lindsay Tibbetts. Excuse me, I'm Deputy Head of the Business School, and I was co-chair of the Sustainable Workstream. As a university setting out its priorities for the coming 20 years, it is vital that we place sustainability at the heart of our vision. One dimension of that is that we contribute to the prosperity of our region and the civic life of Aberdeen, working for the good of the area which we were founded to serve. As an institution, it is also our responsibility to encourage and help our community to work and live sustainably, educating and equipping both of our students and staff to be leaders in protecting the environment. Our researchers already are and will continue to carry out vital research that addresses the climate emergency, enables energy transition, and contributes to the preservation of biodiversity. And as an institution, we are committed to achieving net zero carbon emissions before 2040. Of course, none of this can happen without a commitment to generate resources for investment in education and research year on year, so that we can continue to invest in the people, ideas, and actions that will help us to fulfill all our goals in this area. Through our discussions with the community, the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals emerged as a framework that both our staff and students were keen to support. In fact, the inaugural Times Higher Education University Impact Rankings put our university 31st in the world for its impact on society based on the UN's 17 Sustainable Development Goals. And we are delighted to announce that we have, this morning, signed the Sustainable Development Goals Accord. This is a global charter backed by universities around the world to support the SDGs through their research, teaching, and operational activities. I look forward to seeing what all this fantastic community will achieve in this area over the coming years. And I now invite you to enjoy a film which offers an insight into the strides that we're already taking to be sustainable.
Sustainability is not just about recycling plastic cups. Or better still, not using plastic cups at all. It's about people, about meeting our needs today without compromising the needs of people in the future. As an institution, we've started to make changes to benefit people in the future. We have reduced our emissions from energy use by 1/3 over the last 3 years. In 2016, about 650 tons of our waste was landfilled. That's about 55 double-decker buses worth of waste. Today, that's down to less than half a ton. That's about the weight of the engine and the battery of an electric car. More than 99% of our waste is now recycled or used as energy from waste. Sustainability is about creating physical and digital infrastructure that reflects our ambitions for the future. It's about the size and shape of our community, the impact of our research, and the skills our graduates take out into the world with them. And beyond our campus, we're conducting research that tackles some of society's biggest challenges and addresses the UN's Sustainable Development Goals. Like developing methods and tools for businesses so they can monitor and reduce their own carbon footprint. Nutrition research that not only understands what it is in food that keeps us healthy, but also tackles poverty and promotes healthy eating by ensuring our food supply is secure in the future. Unlocking the potential of renewable energy as we transition away from hydrocarbons. Innovative and socially inclusive approaches to clean transport and mobility. Understanding the impact of climate change on the habitats and survival of indigenous communities and animals on land and at sea. Globally recognized research into life-limiting health challenges like dementia and cancer. And of course, promoting quality education that is open to all, regardless of background, ethnicity, or sexual orientation. Sustainability is all of these things and much more besides. It will not be an easy journey, but we will tackle it together with our partners here and around the world. Well, what are we waiting for?
Thank you so much to Ian Lindsay, Ali and Ian for those interesting insights into the 4 main themes of the Aberdeen 40 strategy. I hope you all feel as inspired as I do about where this university is headed. It feels like a dynamic and ambitious time for the university. Just think of the future stories you will be able to tell. Personally, it's an honor to be invited back to this great and ancient university to celebrate with you all today. I always say with pride that I attended the University of Aberdeen, and it's exciting to see how it continues to evolve. I, like you, look forward to seeing where the next 20 years will take us. But for now, I'll hand over to Professor Karl Leidecker for some final thoughts.
Thank you, Laura. That was fantastic and really captured the spirit of Aberdeen 2040. As Senior Vice Principal, I am proud to have had the opportunity to coordinate the development of Aberdeen 2040. We wanted to ensure that the way that the strategy came together was itself inclusive, and I think we achieved that. It has been a genuinely collective and collaborative effort, and I believe that the outcome is something that is fresh and dynamic, but at the same time genuinely Aberdeen. I want to thank everyone in our community who contributed to its development. From those colleagues we have just heard from, who co-chaired the work streams, to everyone who attended open meetings and workshops, to those who posted suggestions in drop boxes, to students who populated whole notice boards with post-it notes, to all those who took part in the debate all summer long on our social media platform, Yammer. There were some great conversations, and it was a pleasure to watch people debating the future of the university with passion, commitment, and the great affection for the university, which is such a hallmark of our community. I want to thank you all. Work has already started on the detailed plans that will deliver our 20 ambitious commitments. I look forward to working with you all to fulfill the ambition that we have set ourselves. I'm going to finish up for now, but I'll be speaking again at around 1:20 p.m. in one of our new collaborative learning spaces nearby in the King's Quad to close the event. There I'll speak about the new spaces we've developed for learning and our plans for the development of the historic King's Quarter adjacent to where we are now. Please join me there if you can to find out more. Until then, please enjoy the refreshments on offer, and colleagues will direct you first to an exhibition we've set up in the Linklater rooms next door, and then on to the collaborative learning space where I'll be speaking. The exhibition is a display of images which highlight areas of the university which have significant historic importance. You will also hear from our Renaissance small vocal ensemble as you move around the stands. As well as reflecting on the past, the exhibition also looks to the future, with images on display showing the plans and artists' impressions for the King's Development Programme, which I'll touch on a little later. For now, thank you for joining us on campus today, and I hope you've enjoyed the launch of Aberdeen 2040. Please do read through the document to see how wide-ranging and ambitious our 20 headline commitments are. Or go online, where you will be able to link through to find out more about the brilliant interdisciplinary work already happening here. This is a historic day for the university, and a day for all of us to take pride in our history and shared sense of future direction. Thank you all for coming to celebrate today with us, and see you in our learning spaces soon. George.
In conclusion, I hope what you've seen and heard today has given you a small insight into the reason why I'm so proud to be principal of this university at this time in our history, when we're celebrating our past and looking forward with such confidence to the next 20 years. And why, of course, I'm especially proud to be an Aberdonian principal of this university at this time. I need to finish with just some small thanks to our presenters today, to Carl, to our two Ians, Lindsay and Ali, but most of all, I'd like you to join me in showing your appreciation to Laura Maine for helping us with this event. Thank you.